She announced, "You have to be perfect to deserve my love." During our fight, I said, "Then you'll die alone." When her fourth engagement failed for the same reason and she begged me back, perfect wasn't required anymore. I, 31 male, dated Cassandra, 29, for 3 years. We met through a hiking group. She was the one who always had the best gear, the perfect outfit, hair somehow flawless even after a 10-mile trek. Should have been my first clue. At first, her high standards seemed like ambition. She pushed me to be better, dress nicer, work out more, advance my career. I was a junior architect making decent money, but she had spreadsheets, actual spreadsheets, of where I should be by 30, 35, 40. The red flags started small. She'd fix my appearance before we went anywhere. Straighten my collar, mess with my hair, sometimes make me change entire outfits. If I ordered wrong at a restaurant, according to her, she'd tell the waiter I changed my mind. She enrolled me in classes without asking. Wine tasting, golf lessons, even a men's grooming workshop. The breaking point came at her sister's wedding. Beautiful venue, probably cost more than my annual salary. Cassandra was maid of honor. I was her +1. During photos, the photographer asked me to step in for a few shots. Normal couple stuff. Cassandra pulled me aside after. "Your smile was weird in those photos." "What?" "Too much gum showing." "We practiced this. Now they're ruined." "Cass, they took like 300 photos. And you probably ruined 50 of them with that smile." That night in the hotel, she laid out a literal improvement plan. Areas I needed to work on to be worthy of a future with her. The list included, salary increase of 40% within 2 years. Lose 15 pounds. I wasn't even overweight. Learn French. Cultured people are bilingual. Stop laughing so loud. Replace my entire wardrobe. Get Invisalign for a minor tooth issue. I didn't even know I had. Cassandra, this is insane. You're asking me to become a completely different person. No, I'm asking you to become the best version of yourself. The version that deserves me. And what makes you so perfect? She actually laughed. I have a 6-figure job. Perfect credit score. Size 2 body. And speak 3 languages. What do you bring that matches that? I don't know. Maybe genuine feelings. Actual love. Love isn't enough. You have to be perfect to deserve my love. I stared at her for a long moment. Then I said it. Then you'll die alone. She kicked me out of the hotel room. I drove 3 hours home at 2 a.m. The next morning my phone exploded. Texts from her. Her friends. Her mom. How dare I embarrass her at her sister's wedding? We fought in private but okay. How I was throwing away the best thing that ever happened to me. How no one else would push me to improve like she did. I blocked them all. Packed up her stuff from my apartment. Left it with her doorman. Done. The mutual friends chose sides. Most chose hers. She was more fun at parties. Had better connections. Threw better events. Fine by me. I kept the real ones. Here's where it gets interesting. About 8 months later I run into her sister Melanie at a coffee shop. We chat awkwardly. Then she drops this bomb. Did you hear? Cassandra's engaged. My stomach dropped for a second. Then Melanie added. To a surgeon. He's exactly what she always wanted. Good for her, I thought. Maybe she found her perfect match. Narrator. She did not find her perfect match. Update 1. Wasn't planning to update, but the universe has a sense of humor. So remember Cassandra's engagement to the surgeon. Lasted 4 months. 4 months. I found out through Melanie again. We'd become weird coffee friends bonding over Cassandra trauma. Apparently Dr. Perfect had some flaws. He worked 80-hour weeks. How dare he prioritize saving lives over dinner dates? His car was only a BMW 3 Series, not a 7. He refused to get veneers because his teeth were healthy. The final straw. He wanted to vacation in Colorado instead of the Maldives. Cassandra gave him an ultimatum. Choose her standards or choose his career. He chose his career. Smart man. But wait, there's more. Within 3 months she was engaged again. This time to a hedge fund guy. Melanie showed me his Instagram. Dude looked like he stepped out of a luxury watch ad. Perfect on paper. This one lasted longer. 6 whole months. Wanna guess why it ended? He wanted a prenup. Cassandra lost it. How dare he protect his assets? Didn't he trust her? If he really loved her, he'd risk everything. She demanded he prove his love by not getting a prenup. He got the prenup anyway. And a new fiancé apparently. By this point Cassandra's reputation was, let's say, evolving. The friend group started noticing patterns. 2 broken engagements in a year raises eyebrows. But she spun it well. She was just unwilling to settle for less than she deserved. Meanwhile, my life was pretty good. Got promoted to senior architect. Started dating a teacher named Grace, who thinks my loud laugh is charming and couldn't care less about my investment portfolio. We adopted a rescue dog who sheds everywhere. And Cassandra would have hated him. Life was simple and good. Then 3 months ago the messages started. First, just views on my LinkedIn. Then she followed my architecture firm's Instagram. Then came the text from a number I didn't recognize. Hi. It's me. I know you probably don't want to hear from me. But I wanted to say I've been doing a lot of thinking. Coffee. I didn't respond. A week later. I saw your firm won that Sustainable Design Award. I always knew you had potential. Didn't respond. 2 weeks later. I miss us. I showed Grace. She laughed. Does she think you're just waiting around pining for her? But Cassandra wasn't done. She started showing up places. The gym I go to. She'd never worked out at 6 a.m. before. The farmer's market I hit on Saturdays. Even the dog park. Though she didn't have a dog. Fancy seeing you here, she'd say. Like it wasn't the 8th coincidence in 3 weeks. I stayed polite but distant. Gray rock method all the way. She'd try to start conversations about my glow up. I looked exactly the same. Or how different I seemed. I was just happy. Then came engagement number 3. Another finance guy. This one had a yacht. I'm not kidding. She made sure everyone knew about the yacht. Posted constantly about their yacht weekends and sailing into sunset with my perfect men. They got engaged on the yacht. With a photographer and a videographer. And a social media coordinator. That's a thing apparently. The wedding was planned for the following spring. Cassandra went full bridezilla. Created a wedding Instagram. Hired 3 wedding planners because the first 2 didn't understand her vision. I watched this unfold from afar like a slow-motion car crash. Melanie kept me updated because she was in the wedding party suffering through it firsthand. She made us sign appearance contracts, Melanie told me over coffee. We have to maintain our weight, get approved haircuts and use her dermatologist. You're joking. I wish. She weighs us. Weighs us, Nathan. The wedding was set to be a 500-person affair at some exclusive venue. Cassandra had binders. Color-coded binders. One just for napkin selection. Then 2 months before the wedding, it all imploded. Yacht Guy's ex-girlfriend posted some receipts on TikTok. Turns out he wasn't quite as single as he claimed when he met Cassandra. In fact, he was engaged to ex when he and Cassandra started dating. The scandal was messy. Cassandra tried to play victim. But the ex had screenshots. Cassandra knew. She'd actively pursued him because he was engaged to someone beneath his potential. The engagement ended. The wedding was cancelled. The deposits were lost. And Cassandra. She learned nothing. Update 2. The 4th engagement just ended. I can't even pretend to be surprised anymore. This time, it was a tech entrepreneur. Met him at some exclusive dating app launch party. Yes, that's a thing. He checked all her boxes. Under 35, with a net worth over $10 million. 6-pack abs and perfect teeth. Spoke 4 languages. Donated to all the right charities. They dated for exactly 2 months before getting engaged. Why the rush? Because Cassandra was now 30 and her life plan said married by 30, first kid by 32. Melanie was exhausted. She's lost her mind, Nathan. She made him take a genetic test to make sure their kids would be tall. What? I'm serious. She wanted to ensure optimal offspring. This engagement lasted 1 month. 1 month. Ended when tech bro discovered Cassandra had hired a private investigator to verify his net worth and had been in contact with a fertility specialist about embryo selection before they even set a wedding date. But here's where it gets truly unhinged. The day after tech bro ended it, I get a call from an unknown number. It's Cassandra. Crying. Nathan. Please don't hang up. I should've. I didn't. What do you want, Cassandra? I need to see you. Please. Just one coffee. I need to talk to someone who actually knows me. Your friends. Left. They all left. Said I was toxic. Can you believe that? Me. Toxic? Yeah, I could believe it. Against my better judgment and Grace's advice, I agreed to meet her. Public place. 30-minute limit. She looked different. Still put together but missing something. That spark of superiority was gone. I've been thinking about what you said. She started. At Miranda's wedding. About dying alone. Cassandra. No. Let me finish. You were wrong. I won't die alone. I just need to adjust my standards a little. Be more flexible. A little. You made men take genetic tests. That was one time. And it's smart family planning. You hired a PI on your fiancé. Due diligence. You wouldn't buy a house without an inspection. People aren't property, Cassandra. She leaned forward. I know what you're thinking. Poor Cassandra. 4 failed engagements. She must be desperate. But I'm not. I miss what we had. What we had was you trying to transform me into someone else. I was helping you. Look at you now. Promoted. Successful. Confident. That's because of me. That's because of me. In spite of you. Not because of you. Her face changed. The mask slipped. So what? You're too good for me now. Now that I'm being gracious enough to give you another chance. Gracious. You think this is gracious? I'm willing to overlook that you're still just a senior architect. That your car is used. You live in the same apartment. I've grown. Cassandra, you haven't grown. You've just gotten desperate. She stood up abruptly. I am not desperate. I have options. Then use them. I will. You'll see. In 6 months, I'll be married to someone twice the men you are. Good luck with that. She stormed out. I finished my coffee in peace. That was a month ago. Since then, she's joined every elite dating app in existence. Started a YouTube channel about dating with standards. 12 subscribers. Mostly hate watchers. Hired a matchmaker who reportedly refunded her money after 2 weeks. Tried to get back with Yacht Guy, his new fiancé. Sent her a cease and desist. Melanie tells me Cassandra's latest strategy is to target recently divorced older men who appreciate a woman who knows what she wants. Meanwhile, Grace and I just moved in together. Her hair is always messy. She drinks wine from a box sometimes. And she thinks my loud laugh is the best sound in the world. She's never once given me an improvement plan. Cassandra was right about one thing. I did have potential. The potential to be happy without someone demanding perfection. Funny how that works. Final update. Alright, this is the last one because I'm done with this chapter of my life. But the conclusion is too poetic not to share. It's been a full year since that coffee meeting. Here's where everyone ended up. Grace and I got engaged last month. Small proposal at the dog park where we met. She said yes while our dog jumped on us and got mud everywhere. It was perfect in its imperfection. Melanie is in my wedding party. We stayed friends. Trauma bonding is real. She filled me in on Cassandra's year. Failed engagement number 5. A 52-year-old divorced CFO who ended it when Cassandra presented him with a timeline to lose 30 pounds and get hair plugs. Failed engagement number 6. A crypto millionaire who turned out to be a crypto hundredaire after the market crashed. She dumped him via email. Failed relationship mare 7, 15. Various men who ran after the first date when she pulled out her relationship expectations PowerPoint. Yes, a PowerPoint. But here's the kicker. Last week, Melanie forwarded me something. Cassandra started a blog. Why I'm still single at 31. A society problem. Some excerpts. Men today can't handle a woman with standards. I refuse to lower my worth for mediocrity. The dating pool is contaminated with average. My ex told me I'd die alone. I'll prove him wrong if it kills me. That last line. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. The blog has comments enabled. Mistake. The internet was not kind. Someone even found her old dating with standards YouTube videos and made a compilation of her most outrageous moments. But the real finale came yesterday. I'm at the venue Grace and I booked for our wedding. Finalizing details. Small place. Nothing fancy. Just our style. The coordinator mentions they had a cancellation that morning. Such a shame, she says. The bride seemed so organized. Had everything planned 2 years in advance but no groom yet. Can you imagine? My blood runs cold. Did she happen to have color-coded binders? How did you know? Cassandra had booked a wedding venue. Without a groom. For a wedding 2 years away. Because that's when she'll be 33 and her life plan demands she be married by then. The coordinator shows me the planning sheet Cassandra left behind. It has something. Groom's name. TBD. But she'd already chosen his outfit, his groomsmen's outfits, even his vows. She wrote them for him. As we're leaving, my phone buzzes. Unknown number. Nathan, I heard you're engaged. Congratulations. I'm sure she's nice. If you ever realize you made a mistake, you know where to find me. I'm willing to forgive. I show grace. She laughs so hard she cries. Should we invite her to the wedding? Grace jokes, only if we want entertainment. We didn't invite her. But Melanie told me Cassandra found out the date and tried to book a revenge wedding the same day. No groom, just a big party to celebrate herself. The venue was already booked. By a couple who's actually in love. So yeah, I told Cassandra she'd die alone if she demanded perfection. 4 years and 6 failed engagements later, she's still demanding perfection. Still alone. Still convinced the problem is everyone else. Me. I'm marrying a perfectly imperfect woman who loves my loud laugh and thinks my morning breath is part of the package. We're planning a future that includes mistakes, flaws, and real happiness. Cassandra's still planning a hypothetical future with a hypothetical perfect man who'll fit into her pre-written life script. I know which future I'd choose. Every single time. Thanks for following this wild journey. Remember folks, someone who loves you shouldn't need you to be perfect. They should love you while you grow, not demand you transform. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a wonderfully imperfect life to live. Nathan P.S. Cassandra, if you're reading this, hi Melanie told me you found my Reddit. The offer to forgive me is noted and declined. Good luck with engagement number 7. Maybe ease up on the PowerPoints.